Galactic Standard Date. Year 11356. Day 96. Sol Standard Date. 4th of the 8th. 3267. Basler's face palmed himself loud enough to make a resounding clang echo across the landing pad as he sighed heavily. He looked at Amaranth with tired eyes for a second before grinning. "You're so mean," he chuckled. "But thanks for that. I needed a good laugh." He looked out towards the now confused ants and gave them a warm smile. "As you can see, we are about as normal as any of you. Minus the god powers and immortality, of course. Regardless of how you treat me, though, I want to help you out with the current situation here. For that, I would like to speak with whoever is in charge." Tel Akhtar nodded her head. "I'll call up Malik. She's currently the last administrator on this planet. I am the highest in regards to military affairs, however. If you want someone from the clergy, well, most of them are either dead or joined the Psy-Corps when the Ancients hit us. I'm sure Turnip knows more about that situation, so I'll see if I can break her out of the confusion Lady Amaranth inflicted upon her." Bastos crouched down and tried to put his massive hand on Sylvan's tiny shoulder, eliciting a surprised look from Sylvan. Bastos gave him a smile. "Good job, kid. You did well in protecting these guys. I saw the armor on that high priest. Means he's at least outer circle. You managed to take on a threat that would have wiped out any normal defense. Notice that sword you've got at your side too. Looks like you put a lot of work into it. If you'd like, I could describe another useful rune on it. I could also teach you some of the weaknesses that those higher echelon Azarians like to hide, and how to hit them. If you would like to make a day of it." Sylvan beamed up at him and furiously nodded his head. "Of course, that sounds amazing. Who would ever turn down the lesson on killing for the literal god of death?" That got a hearty laugh from Bastos, and he clapped Sylvan on his back. "That's the spirit. You'll be making calamari out of Mel himself before you know it." A small cough snapped his attention back to the ants, and he noticed that Tel Akhtar had managed to snap Tel Draconis out of it. Tomali was also heading towards them. Once she was close enough, Bastos' expression grew a bit more serious. "Okay, Ms. Draconis, I'm assuming that you are the current spiritual leader on this planet. Miss Akhtar is the military representative, and Miss Mali is your political representative. Is this all correct?" The three answered with a curt, "Yes, Lord Basilius," and a slight nod. He clapped his hands together and took a deep breath. "All right. Group meeting on how to unfuck your territory starts now. Currently, the tentacle-bearded fucker known as Male is letting his disgusting abominations run wild across our galaxy, as I'm sure you know. I've armed the GC boys with current Terran Imperium technology, so they will be very helpful soon, but they aren't yet ready. The Rosarian Alliance has better tech, but aside from you, they are still behind the times, and will need to cooperate with the GC. Since you guys are competent allies, I'm hoping to work with you to clear the fuckstains currently wreaking havoc in your lands." He took a pause before locking eyes with Tel Draconis. "Miss Draconis, your people are capable of wielding the energy of the Veil, yes?" She quickly responded, "Yes, my lord," while shifting a fair amount of green energy wisp around herself. Bastos grinned maliciously. "That's even better than I hoped. If you are an example of even above average wielder, then I have some strategies we could put into motion that would likely prove to be very effective. I would also like for you to teach me how you wield the Veil differently from me, if that isn't too much to ask." He gave her a quick bow and leveled his gaze on Tel Akhtar, and smiled again at the sight of her damaged armor and overused weapon. "Miss Akhtar, from you I would appreciate a full breakdown of your current strategies and the weapons your people use, as well as the likely numbers of your kind that would be capable of fighting with each weapon." Tel Akhtar modestly saluted him, and immediately pulled up her datapad to start compiling the requested information. He finally brought his gaze to Tel Mali. "Finally, from you, I would like a detailed breakdown of your society and your set of laws. No need for the obscure ones, just the main binding laws of your civilization. I would also need a complete list of all your worlds and stations that have been hit, marked on the map with red, and anything that has been unconfirmed in grey, and those that are confirmed safe marked in blue. No point in going to a place where the fighting isn't actively happening. One last thing, if you can. Get me in touch with whatever you consider to be your highest echelon for your entire civilization." Tal Mali thought for a second before nodding her head. "It will be difficult. The Queens have always been the highest and oldest existence among my species, and they are heavily guarded. A lowly planetary governor such as myself would not be allowed to converse with anyone even remotely related to the Queens. However, if I told them the Maleficus and the Slayer are the ones asking, it should work. I would need definitive proof, however, so I will need to send them a video of both of you, along with a small sample of your Veil energy. We can use your expanded energy to see your true self." Basilius nodded along. "Acceptable terms. Just let me know when you are ready. Mr. Collis can establish a connection to my mind if that would ease things a bit. That way you can get a hold of me no matter where I'm at." Tel Draconis froze up as every other ant immediately stared at her. I couldn't possibly. That you are a god. It would be beneath you to accept a segment of my meager power into your mind. Basilisk sighed. The continued existence of your people is of slightly more concern to me than some meager segment of your power in my head. So please, I insist. Panis ashamedly sunk her head low and quietly responded, Yes, my lord. I'm sorry.